Welcome to this week's supply chain update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Here's the current U.S. tariff status as of August 22. Section 232 has been expanded to include 407 additional HTS codes, subjecting steel and aluminum derivatives to 50% duties, or 25% for UK goods. Effective August 27, Indian origin products will face a 25% blanket tariff on top of existing duties, raising totals to 50% depending on shipment timing. The de minimis exemption will end on August 29, making all low-value imports dutiable. The US-China tariff truce remains in place through November 10, holding duties at 30% on Chinese goods and 10% on US exports. Additional measures targeting semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, and select Canadian goods are either pending or recently enacted. On the Trans-Pacific eastbound lane, demand remains subdued through August, with Southeast Asia continuing to lead in volume and a new general rate increase planned for September 1. In the Far East westbound market, rates are trending down as the SCFI drops to $1,820 per TEU, prompting carriers to cut FAK levels by 10 to 15%. Transatlantic base rates are holding steady, while GRI are scheduled for East Mediterranean routes in early September and PSS is delayed for North Europe. TPEB equipment supply has improved overall, though some carriers are still reporting isolated shortages. FEWB ports are seeing renewed congestion as peak season volumes increase, with inland delays reported at key European hubs. On the TAWB trade, northern and southern European ports remain congested, with vessel delays and widespread inland equipment shortages continuing to impact flows. Space remains widely available on TPEB, with utilization at 70 to 80% and no major bottlenecks. FEWB carriers are implementing blank sailings into September, although overall capacity remains high due to strong weekly deployment. On the transatlantic, blank sailings remain steady at 5 to 6%, and carriers are adjusting port rotations to avoid congested terminals. Now let's turn to the Asia-Latin America trade lane. A major carrier has modified its Asia-Mexico Express service, skipping Panama City and Lázaro Cárdenas on select voyages, which may lead to minor delays. Cartagena, Colombia continues to experience congestion due to high transshipment volumes, while Caldera, Costa Rica is seeing wait times of around 1 day caused by infrastructure limitations. A leading Asia-based shipping group reports trade flows are becoming increasingly regional as a result of tariff volatility. This shift is expected to help carriers manage the impact of U.S. port fees set to take effect on October 14, with early signs showing stronger liftings and restructured supply chains. U.S. sanctions have been imposed on a shipping firm and 2 Asian terminal operators for allegedly handling Iranian oil shipments. Authorities cited the involvement of sanctioned vessels and storage facilities. China responded by defending what it described as normal commercial cooperation. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed.